What exactly is Doc as a head coach? Why does he keep blowing leads and still keep getting jobs? Even after being fired by the Milwaukee Bucks, if Rivers wants another job, chances are he'll get one pretty quickly. To evaluate Rivers, you can't ignore his reputation for blowing playoff leads. So far, in best-of-7 playoff series, when his teams go up 3-1 or 3-2 and were one win away from advancing, their combined record is just 16-33. His teams have blown 32 chances to close out a series, the most in NBA history. There's also the 2010 finals between the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers, where his Celtics led 3-2 but failed to win the championship. Since that wasn't a closeout situation, it isn't counted in those totals. Teams coached by Rivers have lost 10 Game 7s, the most in NBA history. They've blown 3 3-1 leads, also the most ever. They've blown 7 3-2 leads, again, the most. And in total, they've been eliminated 12 times while holding a series lead, another all-time high. In NBA playoff history, there have only been 2 games where a team lost despite leading by 7+ points in the final 50 seconds. One was Game 5 of the 2014 Western Conference semifinals, when Rivers' Los Angeles Clippers led the Oklahoma City Thunder 104-97 with 49 seconds left, only to give up an 8-0 run. The other came last season, when the Bucks faced the Indiana Pacers in Game 5 of the first round. Milwaukee led 118-111 with 40 seconds left, then gave up another 8-0 run and lost. Fans love to bring up moments like 2015 against Houston, 2020 against Denver, and 2003 against Detroit, and in every one of them, Doc Rivers was on the losing sideline. So yes, when it comes to blown leads, Rivers is undeniably elite. But if he were just a punchline, he wouldn't keep getting hired. The truth is, Rivers is actually a good coach. Since taking over the Orlando Magic in 1999, he has coached 28 seasons, making the playoffs in 22 of them. His career regular season win percentage is 58.3%, with 1,189 wins, 6th all-time. In the playoffs, he's 111-100, with 1 championship, 1 Coach of the Year award, and 4 All-Star Game coaching selections. He was also named one of the 15 greatest coaches in NBA history during the league's 75th anniversary celebration. Across those 28 seasons, Rivers has had only 4 years with a sub-500 record. Those came with the Magic in 2003-04, 2 seasons with the Celtics from 2005 to 2007, and this season with the Bucks. In other words, since the 2007-08 season, Rivers has posted a winning record for 18 straight years. He's not a perfect coach. You can argue that the 2008 Celtics were talented enough to win with almost anyone on the sideline. But he is clearly above average, at worst, a second-tier all-time coach. Because when Rivers is in charge, as long as the locker room doesn't fall apart and there aren't major superstar dynamics at play, he will get your team to the playoffs. It's similar to how James Harden made the playoffs year after year. Harden may not have a championship, but his consistency still defines his career. And remember, blowing a 3-1 lead is embarrassing, but you have to win 3 games first to even be in that position. It's like how LeBron James gets criticized for 6 finals losses, but you have to make the finals to lose them. There's also another key reason Rivers keeps getting hired. He makes life easier for ownership. Have you noticed that when Rivers joins a team, he often brings a full coaching staff with him? He has a long-standing coaching network. Assistants like Dave Yerger have followed him from the Clippers to the 76ers and then to Milwaukee. From an owner's perspective, hiring Rivers often means solving multiple staffing needs at once. That kind of built-in continuity and chemistry is extremely valuable. On top of that, Rivers' decades of relationships across the league are a major asset. Put it all together, and it's easy to see why he always has a job. He's not an all-time elite coach, but objectively, he belongs in that second tier at minimum. Fans can joke about his reputation for blowing leads. But in real life, if you had the chance to work with Doc, you'd probably want to learn a few of those mysterious coaching tricks yourself.